And our first instinct was to shut that down. Not because they were wrong, but because it felt disrespectful. And honestly, that moment was a wake-up call because it made us realize we might be repeating a parenting habit we promised we would never pass down.
We grew up believing respect meant staying quiet. But now, raising confident kids might mean teaching them how to speak up. And that's been harder than we expected.
One thing we've been reflecting a lot lately as parents is how much our parenting comes from how we were raised.
Especially growing up Filipino. There are so many beautiful values that we want to keep.
But there are also habits we realized we wanted to change. Not just for our kids, but also for ourselves.
And breaking those habits has been way more emotional than we thought.
Growing up Fil-Am or Filipino American, respect was everything. You listened to your elders, you didn't talk back, and you followed instructions without even questioning it. And those values, of course, they came from love, from sacrifice, from parents doing everything they could to give us better lives.
Those values shaped who we are. They taught us discipline, family loyalty, gratitude. And those are the things we still deeply believe in. While becoming parents ourselves, we started noticing something. Sometimes, respect in our childhood also meant not expressing emotions, not questioning decision, not sharing when something felt unfair.
And recently, when one of our kids tried to express how they felt after we corrected them, our first reaction was to say, "Don't talk back. Listen to your mother." And the second those words came out of our mouths, it hit us. That was exactly what we grew up hearing. Another habit we started noticing was using guilt to teach responsibility. Not intentionally, but phrases like, "After everything we do for you," "Do you know how expensive that is?" Or reminding our kids how much parents sacrifice.
And we understand where that comes from. Filipino parents sacrifice so much. They give everything for their children. But we started asking ourselves, do we want our kids to do the right thing because they feel guilty or because they genuinely understand gratitude and love? One of the hardest things we had to learn as parents is how to talk about emotions. Because honestly, we weren't always taught how to do that growing up.
And there are moments when our kids cry or they get overwhelmed and upset. And our instinct is to say, "You're okay, be strong." Not because we don't care, but because that's what strength looked like to us when we were growing up.
But we're learning that strength can also mean understanding emotions, talking through them, and letting our kids feel safe expressing themselves.
There was another moment recently when one of our kids, Cora, tried to explain why she was upset. And instead of correcting her immediately, we just listened. And the conversation that followed surprised us.
She didn't become more disrespectful. She became more open, more honest, more connected to us. And that was when we realized maybe respect and emotional expression don't cancel each other out. Maybe they actually strengthen each other.
Breaking certain parenting habits doesn't necessarily mean rejecting our own culture. It just means you're evolving it.
We still want our kids to respect elders, to value family, to understand sacrifice. But we also want them to feel safe speaking honestly, even to us. Because someday, our kids might become parents too. And the way we raise them now will shape the families they build later.
If we can give them respect and emotional confidence, maybe we're not just raising kids. Maybe we're shaping future generations of families as well.
Breaking generational habits isn't easy. Sometimes it feels like we're unlearning while parenting at the same time.
But if it helps our kids feel more understood, more confident, and more connected to family, then it's worth it. If you grew up in a similar household or are navigating parenting while balancing culture and change,
We'd honestly love to hear your experiences in the comments.
and if you enjoy watching our family learn, grow, and figure things out together,
Please like and subscribe and come on a journey with us.
because we're still learning every single day.